Last week, I published a crisis-ready video that discussed how there is no such thing as a social media crisis. And since then, I've been receiving tons of inquiries from viewers saying, all right, if there's no such thing as a social media crisis, how do we go about defining a crisis for our organization? Hey everybody, Melissa Agnes here, and I'm here with this week's episode of the Crisis Ready video series, where I aim to help you implement a crisis-ready culture, one tip, strategy, or case study at a time. So how should you go about defining a crisis for your organization? This is a really big and important question. Typically, when I begin working with an organization, with a client, I tend to use the following as a baseline to begin defining crisis for their organization, which I welcome you to use and then implement in the best way, shape, or form for your organization. And that is, a crisis is an event, a negative event or situation that either has or threatens to have a long-term negative impact on your reputation and or your bottom line. And when looking at this definition, when answering this question, will this event have a negative impact on our reputation over the long term or our bottom line over the long term, we need to look at 5 specific categories. Firstly, impact on stakeholders, on people. Now this can go from anywhere from people's safety straight through to the protection of their PII in a cybersecurity incident, for example. So the impact, the long-term impact on people's safety, security, data information, etc. Secondly, we can look at environment. What is the long-term impact on environment, and how does this reflect on our social responsibility and commitment to environmental safety and impact? Third, business operations. Does the negative event or situation threaten to disrupt your business operations for a period of time? And if in the mismanagement of a specific situation, does that impact on business operations threaten to be long-term? Without business operations, we don't have a business. If you don't have a business, or if you don't have business operations, you are certainly in crisis. Fourthly, we look at reputation. What is the long-term impact on the organization's reputation, or what is the potential long-term impact on the organization's reputation? An event that threatens long-term negative impact is most certainly a crisis. And lastly, and all of the above equal to this one, is bottom line. What is the long-term impact on your bottom line? Does the event or situation threaten to have a negative long-term impact on your bottom line? So in defining crisis for your organization, I look at this, and I really do want to underscore that bottom line, that long-term factor. So for example, when defining an issue versus a crisis, oftentimes an issue is a negative event or situation that does not threaten to have long-term negative impact on the organization's reputation or its bottom line, especially when we're talking about the digital landscape and those social media crises, which tend to be usually, for the most part, simply viral issues. And again, just because an issue goes viral doesn't make it a crisis. Do you have any crisis management questions for me that I can aim to answer in a video with the goal of helping you implement a crisis-ready culture? If you do, please send them to me. I love that you guys are starting to share your thoughts and questions with me. You can reply to below this video, or take to Facebook and or Twitter using the hashtag #CrisisReady, and I promise I will respond.